Hey, it's Diane Hockman. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know where you are. I've been talking to people all over the globe lately. It's about noontime here in Connecticut, June 4th, 2018. And I put up a post. I was going through my memories on Facebook, and it's one of my things I like to do every day. And yet at the same time, it's a very interesting experience every morning because I'm seeing things from the past. And now that we've been on Facebook for so long, I'm looking at 10 years of my life. And today's my daughter's 22nd birthday. So the first post that I saw referring to her birthday was in 2009, I guess it was, when she turned 13. And I'm seeing each year, sorry, I'm just looking for something because I want to read it to you. I'm seeing each year and just kind of freaking out, realizing, how fast 10 years went, and thinking about my mom always talking about, as you get older, time goes faster. In a couple of years, I wrote this post, I'm sure in reference to it being Sarah's birthday, and I reposted it today. I want to read it to you. The reason why time seems to go faster when you're older is simple to understand. At a certain point, the number of memories you have outweighs the number of coming days in which to make memories. And then all of a sudden, those reference points seem to make everything go on fast forward. The good news is we have a choice to make it slow down just by being present to all of it. Don't let a minute go by without acknowledging where you are and actually feeling the emotion of the moment, and you can control time in a very special way. And that's what I've been learning a lot about lately. I come from a family and from a culture where you don't do emotion. You stuff emotion down. And I'm not criticizing my family, because that's what they needed to do to make things happen. We come from workers, hard workers, blue collar workers. And there was no time for emotion because we had to feed, they had to feed the kids and pay the mortgage and do all that type of stuff. So there was no time for emotion. And I think generations of people, it's the same. And if you come from the Northeast, if you come from New England, if you're Irish, if you're, all of these different cultures didn't do emotion. So I, same as my people before me, as I was taught, stuffed down emotion and feelings. And all of a sudden you realize you're in your 50s and you're not experiencing fully the joy, the bliss, the sadness, the hurt. And then something comes along in your life that causes you to feel it because you have no choice. And during that process is when I started to really understand the power of our feelings and why acknowledging them and being with them and utilizing them to keep us in the present can change everything about everything. So it's interesting because it kept coming up and it kept coming up, and I'm seeing this. By the way, when the universe wants you to learn something, it's going to throw it to you from every angle. And that's what's been going on, thrown at me from every angle, this lesson. And so I started to just sit in the emotions that I was feeling and actually acknowledging how I was feeling and being okay with feeling it for the first time in my life. And so then what started to happen is I was able to see things differently, and everything around me started to become beautiful. And I know that sounds kind of woo-woo, but it is. But when I just decided to be in pain instead of trying to push it off, and believe me, I tried to push it off with every possible trick in the book I had. Um, I tried to push it away. When I decided to be in it and accept it, it lifted. Now, why am I telling you that today? In reference to time going fast and looking back at 10 years of history through the eyes of the birthday of my youngest child. Because today, instead of shaking my head at how fast time was going, I just sat in the beautiful moment of what it is right now, in the preciousness of this daughter right now. She had lived in Australia for a while. She's home and she's living with me for a bit. And the time that we're having together right now in this moment, instead of being in a rush and in a hurry. And I looked at all the birthdays that I missed. I was there, but I missed them, if that makes any sense. And then there were a couple that I was traveling, and we certainly celebrated and everything else, but I was on my way home on this day. I think last year was one of those. So I sit and I look at this and I go, what a precious treat I have today to go out to dinner with my kid, who is a young woman, and to be here now instead of lamenting how old I am or lamenting this that happened. Hello, Rhonda. Or all this other stuff, being in the past, right? Being in the past or being in the future. What happens when she moves out, or what happens when she goes, or what if I'm alone? Because soon I'll be alone. I was alone for a while, right? I was alone for a little while and then she came home, and now I'm not alone, but I am, because she works 2 jobs. She works a lot. And then what happens when I'm going to be alone? And all of that stuff, past and future. And then I just sit here and go, but I could enjoy today. And I could sit and be in bliss about the moment I'm in right now. And I have the opportunity to stop time if I want to. So in life, with your family, with your kids, take advantage of this. And then in your business, I've talked to so many people because I've been revealing some stuff that's going on personally. And a lot of people are reaching out, and I'm so appreciative. But a lot of people, they're busy lamenting what happened yesterday, last year, the year before, how they failed, how it wasn't this, or they're worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. And there's no day like today. It's the only day we have. The only place that we can make change is in today. The only time I have to just savor this moment with my kid is today. And if you were to interview my kids about my faults, and every kid can tell you plenty of faults that their parent has, and I'm sure they'd have a long list of my faults. One of the biggest faults I had was being so caught up and worried about tomorrow that I was missing today. Tracy, I see you're saying your grandmother said summer was over on July 4th. And that is exactly it. Retail and life, you get older. And I think too, when you have kids that become adults, it changes a lot of stuff. And again, we can lament or we can be here. Because before I know it, I'll blink and I'll have grandkids and stuff like that. And that'll be another blissful moment. Before I know it, I'll blink and she'll be flown and I'll be alone for a while. Before I know it, maybe they'll need me to help out. I hope so. I hope they, want me there and being with the kids. Before I know it, maybe, God willing, I'll be alive long enough to have a great grandchild. We don't know. I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. And then people send me notes. Diane, don't say that. You know what? I'm just here now. I'm here now. So anyway, I'm going to go do some stuff. And then Sarah and I are going out. We're going for some vegan Indian food because that's her choice. And then we're going to stop in Whole Foods on the way home and get some vegan carrot cake. I hear that's the plan. Could be subject to change because we're in the now. Guys, in the now, in your business, in the now, who can you reach out to today? Who can you contact today? What content can you create today? Yesterday's over. And if we're in the now every day, then tomorrow blossoms. So Love you guys. See you later. Leave me comments, subscribe, share, have fun, reach out. Diane at DianeHockman.com. Tell me what's going on with you. And we're going to start up some webinars or Facebook Lives, not Facebook Lives, but YouTube Lives. Want to get back in with everybody and hang out with everybody. So working on putting some of that together. It's that darn stupid Pages I was just messing with. So, by the way, I'm making this video because I'm procrastinating on doing a thing I need to do. Bad thing to do, but got to do it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.